Good morning and welcome to the Better Business Workshop. We're live on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on YouTube. It's great to see you this morning. Today we're going to be looking at comfort zones. Quite a lot of people out of the comfort zone at the moment, Boris being one of them, I should imagine. But we're going to be looking at how we get out of our comfort zone and how important that is for driving your business. And I'm joined by my colleague today, Gareth. Gareth, hi, good morning. How are you?
Hey, man. How's it going? Yeah, good. Thanks. Yourself?
Brilliant. Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. I'm definitely out of my comfort zone right now. Gareth, how are you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's good. I like it.
So, folks, look, by the way, whilst we're going through this, don't forget to comment down below, like, share, tell us where you are, tell us where you're watching from, tell us if you're out of your comfort zone. We've got some slides to share, Gareth. Shall we have a look at those?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, happy with
No,
that.
let's go through these slides then. So, tell us what we mean by being out of the comfort zone, Gareth.
Yeah, look, everybody has a comfort zone, right? And it's a good place to be. That's why it's called a comfort zone, and that's why people stick to it, right? Sometimes it can be perfectly adequate, but where the problem comes when that's all you know, right? And there's a great book called Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. And Daniel Kahneman was in the Israeli army as a psychologist. And his job when he was in the Israeli army was to select officers to go to their equivalent of Sandhurst. Just very quickly, the Israeli army has a fantastic system where everybody, no matter what, starts as a private soldier, and then you get selected to become an officer, which is just the best system. Anyway, his job was to select people to go to officer training, and he had a series of tests. And being a psychologist, he threw everything in there, and there was command tasks, there was leadership tasks, there was written tests, and everything was designed to select the best candidate. And one day he went to the equivalent of Sandhurst there and said, "Hey, how great are all these candidates that I'm sending you? It's fantastic, aren't they? We select exactly the right people. We've got the right criteria." And they said, "Actually, no. What you send us is a load of rubbish. 50% of the people that turn up actually don't make it through because they're the wrong type of person, right?" So armed with this information, he went back to his job on Monday morning, used exactly the same clipboard and exactly the same criteria, and started putting people through, right? And it goes to show that people are comfortable with what they know, right? People like what they know what they like, right? And he knew, even though he knew, and he says this in the book, even though he knew he was doing it wrong, he took out the same clipboard and asked the same questions and did exactly as he had done before, right? Which is a crazy mentality. But if you think about all the business owners watching this, and you think about all the workshops and videos, maybe they watch this video and then they go into work and they do exactly the same as they've done before, right?
Creatures of habit, right?
And growth happens when you step. Yeah, exactly. And growth happens when you step beyond that, right? Yeah. Just a little bit of stretch allows growth to happen. Growth. Nobody ever said, I made it big because I stayed in my comfort zone. I don't think that's a quote by anyone. So, it stands to reason. Yeah, it stands to reason in order to make progress, in order to do something, you've got to step out of your comfort zone.
Good. So we've got to get a bit of stretch.
Yeah, it's exactly, and it's uncomfortable. It's not a nice place to be, right? I think I saw a great quote by Will Smith, which was, if you're scared, you got two options. You can be not scared, or you can do it scared, right? Just do it scared. Just be scared, right? And do it anyway.
Well, on that point, then let's have a look at the next slide. What does the next slide say? So there's some things we've got to get comfortable with if we want to get out of our comfort zone, right, Gareth?
Yeah, and if you know how to achieve your goal, right, it's not a goal. That's a to-do list.
Yeah.
All right, it's not a goal. A goal, what is really a goal is something that you don't yet know how to do. So I challenge everyone watching this, everyone I work with, all my clients, right, is okay, what's your goal and do you know how to do it? Okay, if you know how to do it, that's not a goal, right? I want you have to become that person that achieves that goal. You have to actually become that person, right? That means you have to do some learning. That means you have to do some personal development. That means you have to be a little bit uncomfortable, right? And a lot of people, I mean, I think one of my very first clients, I realized when I first started working with him that actually his goals weren't big enough, right? And that's why he was staying where he was.
There was a great quote I heard the other day from Mark Webber, the former Formula One driver. And his quote was, average is easy, that's why it's popular, right?
I listened to that podcast, actually. That's the yeah, definitely. And that's so true, right?
So we've got to get out of the comfort zone, right?
So look,
so how do we get out of the comfort zone?
Yeah, and people do this all the time, right? And there's a psychological trick happening at the moment because people who want to be successful, right, look at people who are successful and go, yeah, but they didn't have as much fear as I had, right? They did. Everybody has the same amount of fear, okay? It's just they actually always change the way they think about it, right? So for people who are successful, right, it's the fear of staying the same, which is more scary, right, than the fear of moving forward, right? But for people who stay where they are, the fear of moving to the next step is more scary, right?
Definitely.
So you've got to change your perception. You've got to change how you think about it. You have to change your mindset to, I'm actually scared. Yeah, change happens when people are sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? And that's where change happens.
Yeah.
Okay. If you are not sick and tired of where you are, you're not going to change.
Right? All right. So we've got a formula for change.
And then we just absolutely. We just had a comment there.
This formula we've got. There we go.
Yeah,
so talk me through this formula, Gareth.
Okay, so it looks quite complicated, but it's pretty easy. Okay. And by the way, once I explain this, you're going to see this everywhere. You're going to see it in your family, in your friendship groups. You're going to see it in sales situations, okay? Because at all times, people are working through this formula, okay? So the first D is, some people call it determination, some people call it dissatisfaction, okay? And what happens is you have your vision, right? So D times V, always do brackets first. I think I remembered that from school. Right. So you've got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired, or you've got to be really dissatisfied with where you are. Okay, you've got to have determination or dissatisfaction. And then you've got to have a vision. All right. And then the F stands for first step. So you might know what the first steps are. Okay. Sometimes, by the way, the first step is get a coach, right? But you might know what the first steps are. All right. You might not know what the first steps are. Okay. And then you've got R, which is resistance, okay? And you can see the numbers, the numbers at the bottom there. So let's just think of an example. So let's take an alcoholic, all right? And an alcoholic is pretty happy with where they are, okay? They're pretty happy with where they are. They might not be able to see how good life can be, right? So their determination, their dissatisfaction is going to be quite low. Their vision is going to be quite low because they're pretty happy. Okay. They might know the first steps, to go to, an AA meeting or go see their doctor or, go see someone. Okay. They might know that. All right. But their resistance is really high. Okay. And those numbers on the left-hand side don't go over 70, which is the number for resistance. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to find a way of getting your numbers on the left-hand side of the equation higher than the resistance, all right? Whatever that might be. Now, for an alcoholic or for a smoker, That might be a catastrophic life event.
Yeah.
Right? That might be lung cancer, or that might be liver failure. Yeah. Or the fact that their family can't live with them anymore. Right? All of a sudden, their dissatisfaction shoots up, their vision shoots up because they want to be healthy, they want to have a family, they know the first steps. All of a sudden, the R number, the resistance, right, is now lower than the left-hand side of the equation. Does that make sense? Have I explained that well enough?
Yeah, exactly. So what we're saying is we can score ourselves out of 10 on everything on the left, right? So how high, folks can just write this down and say, right, on a scale of 1 to 10, how dissatisfied are you, or how determined are you about the situation as it is right now, the determination for change? On a scale of 1 to 10, how clear are you in terms of where you want to go? Multiply those two numbers by each other, and then you add the number of first steps that you're willing to take, right? The action. At the end of the day, a goal is just a goal, or a goal is just a dream until it's written down and you take action, right? So it's all about the number of first steps that you take. So score out of 10 on the D, score out of 10 on the V, multiply one by the other and add the number of first steps. And if everything on that side is greater than 70, then you've got a chance of affecting some change, right, Gareth? Got some comments coming in on the on Facebook. Unfortunately, we can't see who sent them, but one of them says, if you keep doing what you always do, you'll always get what you get, right? That's Einstein's definition of insanity, I think. There's another comment here.
Exactly.
I love this one. Fear is only excitement without the breathing.
I love it. I'm going to use that.
Great one.
I'm going to use
Great
that.
one.
I love it.
All right. Okay, let's have a look on the next slide, over on the next slide. So look, Gareth, that's been fantastic. Thank you for talking us through that. We're going to be here every day. So every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? There's a ton of content over in our VIP group. So just search on LinkedIn or on Facebook for the Better Business Workshop group. Come and apply and join those groups, and you can get all of our VIP content over there. There's tons more stuff over there. More importantly, though, if you want to get out of your comfort zone and you want to have 30 minutes with Gareth, go and have a look on our website at miltonkeynes.actioncoach.co.uk, and you can book a slot there with Gareth and I together, and we'll spend 30 minutes with you. It's totally complimentary. We can talk to you about how we can get you out of your comfort zone. All right. So, Gareth, it's been brilliant to see you today. Thank you so much for joining us and talking us through that. I've definitely been out of my comfort zone. I hope you have been too.
Yeah, it's been good. I've enjoyed it.
Getting out of your comfort zone is where your performance zone exists, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's the thing to take away is, look, people don't get great by staying the same. I think people get successful by stepping even a little bit out of their comfort zone. That's where change happens, right? Maybe people watching this know a business owner who isn't changing at the moment or can't see the change. Okay, tag them in. Let them watch this video. All right, and more importantly, get in touch.
Love that. Yeah, tag it in people who think they need to get out of their comfort zone. All right, it's been fantastic to see you, Gareth. I'll see you here again at 8 o'clock on Friday morning if I don't see you over in the Better Business Workshop before. Thanks, Gareth. Great to see you.